We just toured 3 brand new models that might completely change your mind about what new construction in Rocklin could look like. The first home looks like it was pulled straight out of a luxury magazine. Then the one right next door to that is a completely different model that has everything that you need in a single story floor plan. 4 bedrooms, a flex space that could be a perfect office or playroom. This home has 0 wasted space. And just beyond that one, there's one more that might be the most over-the-top home we've seen in all of Whitney Ranch. On top of these homes being spectacular, you also have lot sizes that range anywhere from 7,500 square feet all the way up to 18,500 square feet. These might just be some of the biggest lots that we've seen in all of Whitney Ranch. Now, another awesome perk to Finale at Whitney Ranch is going to be that they're including solar at no cost to the home, so no crazy PG&E bills here. These homes are incredible. All 3 are brand new, and all 3 couldn't be more different from each other. And the best part is that they're all a part of the same popular community out here in Whitney Ranch and Rocklin. So if you've been wanting to move to Whitney Ranch and buy a brand new home out here, this could be your last chance, as this is one of the final builders coming to the area.
So whether you're looking for your next dream home or just want to see what top tier builders are doing right now in Rocklin, this is the tour to watch. And make sure you stick around until the very end, because that last home has got something that we've never seen before, and it's absolutely incredible. All right, so the first home we're gonna take you through is gonna be their plan 1. It's gonna be a single story home. It's gonna be 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, plus a flex space, a gorgeous kitchen that you're definitely gonna wanna make sure you check out. And it's also gonna have a 3-car garage and a pretty decent sized backyard. Let's go inside. All right, so the thing I love about this home is when you first walk in, it still has that grand feeling. You've got a big, nice entryway here. You still have really high ceilings, and you have some pretty gorgeous looking modern chandelier lights in the entry that give it that nice welcome high-end feeling. Now, as you walk back off to my right, there's gonna be this whole wing, which is gonna be where all of your secondary bedrooms are gonna be. You're gonna have your half bathroom right here, which is a pretty big size half bathroom. It's the perfect spot for your guests. So if you've got game night, or maybe you've got friends over for the big game, or maybe holidays, the nice thing is this is gonna be the half bathroom for your guests to use. You are gonna have a convenient coat closet right here, and then going back further down the hall, before we go any further, you're gonna have a flex space here. So they have it set up as an in-home office, which is really nice. If you have to work from home, this is a great spot where you can put your office space. Heck, you could probably even put doors on this and close it off, make it a little more private if you wanted to. Or maybe you're a family who has younger kiddos and you want the single story home, but you want the secondary play space. This is a great spot to contain all of your younger aged kiddos' toys, or maybe even a teen hangout room. And then coming back further, you're gonna have this massive laundry room. So you have this really big, nice countertop right here, perfect spot for folding, tons of storage and drawers and cabinet space here. You do have a nice wash sink over here. And again, you have the high ceilings, plenty of space to do all of the laundry, all of the folding in this dedicated room. All right, now walking further down this wing, you're gonna have a linen closet right here, and then you're gonna hit into our first secondary bedroom. Now they have it set up as a workout space, but this could also be a kiddo's room. Again, you've got nice high ceilings. You've got a really nice walk-in closet, which is nice. You don't have the sliding closet door, so it definitely kind of gives you more of that higher end feel. And the other thing I love about this room is the way that they utilized all of the space. So you have this like little cutout, perfect place to put a dresser or a desk if you've got a kiddo maybe that needs to do homework in their room. Perfect spot. It doesn't eat out into the main part of the room, which is really nice. All right, now walking further down, this is going to be the shared bathroom for this part of the house. You're gonna have a dual vanity sink. You're also gonna have a shower over tub. The nice thing about this bathroom is they did enclose that secondary space. So I've said it many times before on our channel, but if you've got multiple kiddos that have to share a bathroom, it's always really nice when there is that extra door, because they can all be using the bathroom at the same time. All right, now coming back further down, this hallway is gonna dead end and we're gonna have bedrooms on each side. So we'll go into this bedroom first. This bedroom is gonna have its own ensuite bathroom, which is nice. So if you need a bedroom that maybe you're gonna keep for guests or in-laws when they come over, this would be the perfect spot because it does have its own separate bathroom. And again, you have really nice windows that are gonna face towards the front of the house, letting a lot of natural light in. And then you're gonna have a pretty deep walk-in closet over here, plenty of space for everything. You've got a nice little linen area right here or shoe rack right here. Now let's go check out that last bedroom. All right, so coming into the last bedroom on this side of the house, this room's gonna be a little bit smaller. You are gonna have two windows, a window that faces towards the front and a window that faces towards the side of the house. You're also gonna have, again, a nice walk-in closet here as well. Let's go check out that living room and an awesome kitchen that you're definitely gonna wanna see before we head into that primary suite. All right, now walking back out towards the rest of the house, the nice thing about that side is that it is its own little confined wing. So if you've got kids, the noise is more contained to that side of the house, which is really nice. Now coming back further, right here is going to be your walk-in space from the garage. Now, this garage can be configured a couple of different ways. It can be a 3-car tandem garage, but it can also be a 4-car garage. So if you need a single-story home and you want a 4-car garage, that is an option that you can get at this builder. We don't see that very often in this area. We don't see a 3-car garage, let alone a 4-car garage on a single-story home. So it's really nice that you can get that. But the nice thing is this drop zone area that you see, this is an included feature, so it's not something that you have to pay extra for. It definitely gives it kind of that nice high-end finish. And then over here, you're gonna have another storage closet, perfect for, you know, storing maybe some of your Costco goods, maybe your extra stuff that you wanna keep out of the way. So plenty of storage throughout this entire house. All right, now walking back into my favorite part of the home is definitely gonna be this grand living room. You're gonna have a nice joined space where it's open to the kitchen, the great room style. You're also gonna have the dining room over there, but it's nice because everybody can hang out in here. Everybody can be a part of the action while, you know, mom's in the kitchen making the meal, which is really, really nice. So you have a big area, you've got a fireplace, plenty of space for your big screen TV, two nice little cutouts to kind of give more of a design architectural element to just add to the feature of the home, and then a lot of natural lighting from the back side of this house that looks out. So if you put a pool back there, you can see your kiddos swimming in the pool, or if you've got younger age children, maybe you put a play structure out there, you can still see everything happening outside from right in here. All right, and then walking over here, you're gonna have a gourmet kitchen. You have gorgeous waterfall countertops. I love what they've done here with the two tones. So you've got the white countertop on the back side and then the focal point of the island. You've got all of the really nice appliances. You do have double dishwashers. Now, for the longest time, I couldn't understand double dishwashers until you have a bigger family. If you're a family with 3 kids, there's always dishes, always space for that. So it's really nice, especially even in the holidays, to have the multiple dishwashers. Then you've got this beautiful Thermador range with the big built-in hood that matches the cabinets. And then coming further back, you've got another oven, you've got your microwave, and then you've got this beautiful Thermador refrigerator with a nice wine fridge as well. And then we all know one of my favorite parts of all of the houses is the walk-in pantry. So this walk-in pantry definitely has plenty of space here. You've got a nice big area to store everything. And then I love this little back countertop area. I love it because you can put your coffee pot, if you've got an air fryer or any kitchen gadgets, maybe a mixer, you can kind of keep it all out of the way back here, which is really, really nice. Now, before we jump into the primary suite, one of the really nice things about this builder here is that you still get decent lots with how massive these houses are. All right, so let's go check out how awesome these backyards are. All right, so walking out here, you do have a really nice covered patio area. And then as you can see, looking out this way, you still have a really big size backyard, plenty of space to put in a pool or a trampoline or a play structure, or even like they have over here, a really nice fire pit area. So many different options you can do with how large these backyards are, which is definitely uncommon for the area, especially when you're talking about a single story that's over 3,200 square feet. All right, let's go check out the primary now. All right, so the primary is gonna be tucked in the back corner of the home opposite the kitchen. So over here, you're gonna have a really nice quiet space for yourself. It's away from the kids' bedrooms. It's away from everything else that's happening in the home, which is really nice. You do have the option for a fireplace over here, giving it more that grand luxury feel. But you can see how big this room is. Plenty of space for all of your big furniture. You also have 3 really nice windows that are going to look out to the backyard, letting in a lot of natural light, and also windows that are going to frame the bed over here as well. Now, walking back into this bathroom, it's no different. There's lots of luxury in this bathroom. I love the his and hers separate sinks, separated by the tub. I love that you still get a bathtub here. We don't always see that either. You have a really nice big size shower, and then coming all the way back is going to be this big walk-in master closet.
Let's talk real quick about what makes Whitney Ranch so special, because it's no surprise many people want to live here. Whitney Ranch is big, it's vibrant, and it has that fresh new vibe people love. It's located off of Highway 65 along Whitney Ranch Parkway in Rocklin, California, right on the edge of Roseville and Lincoln. You're super close to all the amenities in Roseville, like the Galleria Mall, Costco, the fountains, and tons of amazing restaurants. Basically, you're near all the action without being in the action. And if you're into nightlife or live shows, you're just minutes away from Thunder Valley Casino. But one of the biggest draws here is the resort-style clubhouse known as the Ranch House. It's got a resort-style pool, a kiddie pool, lounge chairs, umbrellas, and 5-star cabanas. Inside, there's a cozy lounge with a huge fireplace and a full kitchen, perfect for all the community events they do out here. And let's not forget about the schools. This area is zoned for highly rated schools like Whitney High School and Sunset Ranch Elementary, making it a major favorite for families.
Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, we are Lance and Lauren with the Living in Sacramento team, where our real estate team helps people buy, sell, and relocate to the Sacramento area by sharing exactly what it's like living here in the greater Sacramento metro. And trust us, there is no one bringing you videos quite like us. So if you're thinking about making the move, feel free to reach out. All of our contact information is going to be in the description below and pinned in the chat. All right guys, so now we're gonna take you into one of my favorite plans out here, which is going to be the plan 2. So this is going to be pretty customizable. There's some pretty cool things in this house right now. It's a little bright outside, but we're gonna go inside. I'm gonna want to show you a couple of things that are really favorites in here. So let's go ahead and flip this around. All right, so now we're gonna be in their plan 2. Now this is gonna be a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom. It's gonna have a flex room, it's gonna have a bonus room, it's gonna have a 3-car garage. And the cool thing about this community that we'll show you here in a second is all of these homes that we're about to show you today are gonna have the option where you can put in a full guest suite. So there is going to be that customization. They actually modeled this floor plan with a completely self-contained guest suite. And there's one more cool thing upstairs that I wanna show you that actually was really cool. So right as you walk in, it's gonna stick with that theme that we're showing you today. You're gonna have the nice, tall, grand ceilings. You're gonna have a staircase that's gonna take you up to the 2nd floor. But over here to my right, your left, we're gonna have one of the half bathrooms that's gonna be here to accommodate your guests. You're gonna have a linen closet that's gonna be right here as well too. But then coming back into this room is going to be the example of the completely self-contained guest suite. So if we walk all the way back into this area, this is gonna be the primary living room space for this particular plan. Now keep in mind the plan 1, the plan 2, and the plan 3 that we're getting ready to show you. All 3 of these are gonna have the option to put in the guest suite, and they're gonna have some massive lots. So this is going to have really beautiful cabinetry. It's gonna have nice countertops. You're gonna have a little refrigerator that's gonna be down there at the end, a full big sink. The only thing that it doesn't have in here is going to be some way to cook, right? So you can have a microwave, you can have an air fryer. We've even seen people cut a little bit into the countertop and put one of those induction stovetops in there. But the other cool thing is you are gonna have fully outdoor access to the outside. You're gonna have your own 2-car garage that's gonna be here, and you're gonna have this super cool storage area that's gonna be back in here as well too. The other nice thing about this particular unit is it's going to have its own bathroom, its own shower. You're gonna have a nice stackable washer and dryer over here as well too. So really you don't ever have to leave this unit. And then coming back over here to this way is you're gonna have full bathroom. It's gonna be a shower stall, toilet, single vanity sink, more storage and linen closet in here. And then coming back here, you're gonna have your main bedroom. Now, these are gonna be really cool options. One of the things that I want you guys to keep in mind that I think a lot of people don't really think about, this could be a great self-contained option if you wanna completely shut it off from the rest of the house and you wanna turn it into some extra income. However, if you're thinking about having this space for a college kid or a parent that maybe is going to be moving in with you, one of the things that you wanna think about is those family members don't completely hold themselves off off to this section part of the house, right? So there might be some space that actually doesn't get utilized as much. They may not completely use their living room because they're actually out in the main living area with the rest of your family. So keep that in mind. Some people really love these for in-laws and college kids and some of those guests, but sometimes people don't, and then it ends up having a lot of extra wasted space. So definitely some of those things to think about, but let's go check out the rest of this house. Now, coming back into the rest of the house, it's going to be your traditional downstairs floor plan, right? So this home is going to be right in between that 1 and 3. So you are going to have a nice large living room over here. It's going to be separated by your dining area. I don't know that I necessarily put a circular table here, but you definitely have the space for either a circular table or a nice long rectangle table that you can sit a lot of people around. But you have a lot of space in here. You have, 2, 3-person, maybe even 4-person couches on either side, one underneath the window, one over here, but it has a really grand open feel into this. Now, dining room table area, now some people love it, some people hate it. I think when you get into that 3rd floor plan, when you're gonna see it, the way they do the dining room in that house is gonna be awesome. Now, the kitchen is actually really cool, and it's going to be modeled with some of their cafe appliances as opposed to the Thermador. So you're going to have a cafe fridge, gorgeous, built into the cabinetry here. You're going to have a nice little coffee bar over here, nice big island. You got 2-tone cabinets. You got the dark on the bottom, you've got the white on top. You've got your cafe oven and microwave. You've got a full range. The nice thing is they still have gas here, guys. So this is one of those things where we're seeing a lot of builders completely switch over to electric cooktops. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people don't really even care, but you still get gas here, which is really awesome. And you're gonna have your kitchen sink and your dishwasher over against the wall. So you can actually look into the backyard. You can see your kids out there playing. A lot of fun stuff here in this community for that. Now over here to my right and to your left is gonna be the pantry. Now the pantry is going to be tucked back in here. You have a nice little landing spot from your garage. You're gonna have your entrance in from the garage, and you're gonna have the nice pantry right here. All right, now coming up to the 2nd story, this is gonna have some cool stuff. Let's take you into one of these rooms down here. So you're gonna have 3 bedrooms up top. You're gonna have 2 secondaries, a bathroom, and the primary. But one of the things that I really wanna show you. So the cool thing is this room is gonna be up towards the front. A lot of these rooms have walk-in closets, which make it really appealing. You've got tons of space for activities here for kids. You've got nice tall ceilings, and you've got a ton of natural light towards the front of the home. Walk-in closet, and then you still have a little space here for a desk. Now, coming out of this room, you're gonna have your secondary bathroom. You're gonna have 2 double vanities, and it's gonna be separated by what Lauren and I love when you have kids. It's going to be that separate water closet, shower over tub. So that's gonna be really nice. Now, coming all the way back further, you're gonna have another secondary bedroom here. This one's going to be super awesome. It's gonna be in between the primary and the secondary bathroom. Again, another walk-in closet, and then you're gonna have the primary bedroom at the very end. But the coolest thing that I love about this particular house in general is going to be this upstairs loft. This has probably been one of the coolest lofts that I've ever seen modeled in a home. Just the way it feels when you walk in. So they have these 2 L-shaped couches. It's centered on this TV with the fireplace upstairs, but it actually feels like a really nice and inviting living room. I don't know if it's just because of the way it's modeled. I don't know if it's the fireplace for me, but it just looks like a really nice, inviting movie room. Sometimes the upstairs loft, the upstairs living room, is kind of in an awkward spot that's right next to the landing of the upstairs, and it just doesn't really flow really well. So I really like how this is separate from all the bedrooms. It's separate from the upstairs landing, and it just seems really inviting. It's really nice and really cozy. Now off of this, you're gonna have the laundry room. Again, another really cool, thoughtful feature that I really love. You have the technology panel, you have another main panel up here. These washer and dryers are completely away from the bedrooms upstairs, which is really nice. You also have your controls for your whole house fan in here, but sometimes these washers can get out of balance, out of whack. They make a lot of noise. So sometimes you want to run washer and dryer overnight. These are away from the bedrooms upstairs. So really cool feature. Really like how they separated these away from the house. Now let's go check out that primary. All right, now walking into the primary, this is gonna be pretty standard. You're just gonna have your entire living bedroom space in here, but you've got a lot of room in here. You've got a king size bed. You've got 2 really big size nightstands on either side of the bed. And you even have enough room in here for a couch and a couple of little pedestals. The thing that I love most about this bedroom is that you have a back patio that's going to be off here that's actually going to span the entire distance from the master bathroom all the way over to the master bedroom. So you have this nice covered patio. We're actually going to take you out there in a little bit, but super nice up here. And then you're going to have the master bathroom over here. So again, Anthem does really nice, really luxurious things. You've got a soaking tub, you've got your standalone shower, and you've got this nice dual vanity sink, Kohler sinks in here, nice pendant lights up above, just to give you a good idea of what you can have done. Over to my right, your left is going to be the closet and the water closet. But again, outside this back door is going to be that back patio, which is just going to be super cool. Really nice. You know, maybe you want to bring a cup of coffee up here, but you know, you're going to have nice views, and some of these homes are going to have view lots. All right, before we show you that last home, that final home that Lauren's gonna take you through here at Finale at Whitney Ranch, I wanna jump on the map here real quick, talk a little bit about where this community is located at, what city it's in, what you're nearby to, so that way you guys get a full picture of everything that it relates to Whitney Ranch. Now, the cool thing is Whitney Ranch is going to be located inside of Rocklin, California. It's actually gonna be located a little north of Rocklin. It's gonna be located just east of Highway 65 as you're headed up towards Lincoln. It's gonna be one of the furthest north points of Rocklin, California. Now, the cool thing about this particular community, it's going to be one of a handful of different communities that's actually going to have a clubhouse and a full swimming pool. There are a couple of gated communities that have them, but as it relates to master plan communities, this is going to be one of 2 or 3 that's going to have a clubhouse. It's going to have a community pool. And the cool thing about Whitney Ranch is it definitely has that community feel vibe. As we're recording this video, last weekend was Easter. They had tons of family-friendly activities out there, Easter egg hunts. So this is a super cool community, but Whitney Ranch is going to be located at the furthest north tip. Now, this is going to be one of the last communities being developed here, and it's actually going to be right here in this section off of Whitney Ranch Parkway and Songbird, and it's really going to take up this entire corner as it relates. So the cool thing is you're going to be within walking distance to the clubhouse. That's going to be a part of your HOA dues. And then you're going to have another elementary school, Quarry Trail Elementary School, which is going to be also within walking distance. And then you are pretty much going to be within walking distance as well to Whitney High School. So I will say 2 out of the 3 schools are going to be nice, close, within walking distance. And then the only one that's probably going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt is going to be the middle school. That one's probably going to be driving distance. But the other nice thing about where this community is located at in Rocklin is you're going to have a ton of awesome restaurants, a lot of really good amenities. So as you're looking at the map here, Highway 65 is going to be the main freeway. You're also going to have Sunset Boulevard, which is going to pretty much run from west to east all the way down to Pacific Street, and everything that's going to be south of Sunset Boulevard is really going to be some of your amenities for Rocklin, right? So you're going to have a shopping center that's going to have a bowling alley here at Strikes. You're going to have an RC Willie. You're also going to have a movie theater over at Blue Oaks. You're going to have some of our favorite restaurants like Chef's Table, a couple of gyms. You're going to have a Crunch. You're going to have a Planet Fitness. So a lot of different options that are going to be in Rocklin. Now, one of the other things that people really like about Rocklin, especially this area of Rocklin, is that you're really close to all of the amenities that Roseville has to offer. So right here, just on the borderline of Roseville, you're going to have a Costco right there. You're actually going to have another Costco that's also going to be off of Interstate 80 that just got built. So you have the option between a couple of different Costcos. You're going to be really close to the Galleria Mall. You're going to be really close to the fountain. So a lot of really good shopping, especially some of the best shopping in the entire Sacramento area. So there's going to be a lot of really good things that come with living in Rocklin, and there's going to be even more really awesome things that are going to come with living in Whitney Ranch, like the clubhouse and just your proximity to everything. You're going to be super close to really good schools, and it's going to be an awesome community for years to come. It's nice that they're developing that final piece of land. So let's jump into that last home tour right now.
All right, guys, now we saved the best for last. This is gonna be their Plan 3. It's gonna be the largest home that they have here. It's gonna be a 2-story home. It's 4,088 square feet. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom with a flex space, with a bonus room, and a pretty decent sized backyard, plus a 4-car garage. You literally get it all in this house. Now, when you first come in, you've got this really nice, big open entry area. I love some of the design features they did. You've got a really nice accent feature on the ceiling and really great lighting options in here. Now, coming off to my right is going to be the first downstairs bedroom. This is probably gonna be your guest bedroom, or maybe the grandparents come and stay when they're here. It's a decent sized room. It has an ensuite bathroom, which is really nice. You can just see how much space you have in here. You could definitely put a king size bed in here if you wanted to. Now, coming over this way to the back corner is going to be the ensuite bathroom. So you're gonna have a single vanity sink. You're gonna have a nice walk-in shower. And then I love that they did this. You've got the closet off of the bathroom, so it doesn't take up space in the bedroom, which is really nice. So it is tucked away towards the front of the house, away from everything that's happening. All right, now coming out of that bedroom, you are gonna have a convenient little coat closet over here. And then walking further down this entryway, you're going to have your first half bathroom. So it is a pretty big half bathroom, but the perfect spot for guests to use when they come over to visit. You are gonna have more storage over here with understair storage. And then coming towards the back of the home is going to be the great room living space concept. So you are gonna have a really nice living room area, plenty of space for, you could even do a bigger couch than what they have here. And then next to the living room, you're gonna have the dining room space, which is gonna separate into the kitchen. So you are gonna have a lot of great options with, you know, countertops that can go all the way down, kind of giving you extra storage. You can put all of your nice fancy plates over here. And then walking this way, you've got a massive, massive island. You've got awesome cafe appliances in here, but if you want to upgrade to Thermador, you can. And then coming this way, you are going to have some really nice style elements that they've done. They've done the two-tone cabinets, so you've got actually the wood cabinets on the bottom. You've got this, depending on who you are, looks navy to some, looks a little gray to me. But you've got the two-tone cabinets going on, and it's gonna match the island over here. And then you also have in this kitchen, you've got 2 separate dishwashers, which is really nice because then your kitchen sink is not always gonna be full of dishes like mine is. And then over here, you're gonna have this gorgeous cafe range right here. You also have the option for the pot filler. You can do the full stone backsplash, or if you want to do a decorative backsplash, you can do that as well. And then you've got the built-in hood over here. Plenty of cabinet space in this kitchen, which is really nice. And then coming back this way, before we head that way, is going to be your entrance in from the garage. So the nice thing about this garage is it can be a 4 or a 5 car garage, depending on what your needs are. And then over here, right off of that entrance is going to be your pantry space, which is great for the Costco runs. You can just literally bring it in from the garage and dump it right here. You don't have to carry it all throughout the house. You've got a really nice, convenient landing space right here. That is an included feature. You don't have to pay extra for that. But then walking back further, you're gonna have another nice little prep space over here. So you've got this little prep sink, which looks out into the backyard, which is nice. And then you've got another beverage fridge over here. And then coming back off of the kitchen to this back corner is gonna be a flex space. So this could be the perfect spot if you maybe work from home. This could be a great home office area. Maybe you've got little kids. You could turn this into a little playroom area. It's kind of contained and away from everything else. Heck, if you needed it for an office, you could close it off and it could be a nice quiet little office as well. But the thing I love about this space is you have plenty of natural lighting. You can see they did paint the walls pretty dark in here, but still plenty of light that comes in. All right, now let's go check out the upstairs. You're definitely gonna love what you see up there. All right, now coming upstairs, you're gonna have bedrooms that are gonna be this way. We'll go there in a minute. But first thing you're gonna see when you walk upstairs is going to be this nice big loft. So you've got plenty of space here. You could do a little movie room area. You've got a lot of natural light. You also have a balcony off of this loft, which is really cool. Now, you can see over here, they also set it up with some desk space for kids to do maybe homework or study. But then you've got this really nice big balcony over here, which is gonna look out to your backyard, which is pretty cool. All right, now walking back further this way, the opposite way of the stairs, you're going to have a nice little convenient storage closet here. You could do it as a linen closet. You're gonna have a full bathroom right here. This is gonna be the bathroom that majority of these bedrooms are gonna share. So you are gonna have your double vanity sink, and then you're gonna have the separate water closet room separated with a door as well. Then coming around this corner is going to be another bedroom. The nice thing about this bedroom is this bedroom does have its own ensuite bathroom. You're gonna have a closet over there. It's gonna be a walk-in closet with a door, so no sliding doors here. But then this really big bathroom with a nice big vanity, plenty of counter space. And then coming out of this bedroom, we're gonna go all the way down across the hall. There's gonna be another bedroom back here. This bedroom's gonna be a little bit smaller. It's also gonna have a walk-in closet, but still plenty of space. You're also gonna have a nice big window to the side that lets in a lot of natural light. Now coming out of this bedroom, we're gonna go towards the front of the home, and this is gonna be the last of the secondary bedrooms upstairs. So again, plenty of space. You've got a big room. You've got nice lighting with 2 windows, one on the side of the house, one that faces towards the front of the house. And then you're also gonna have your walk-in closet here as well. Now let's go check out the laundry room, and then we'll check out that primary bedroom. And then walking towards the back corner of the home, this is actually gonna be a feature that we haven't seen in homes in quite a minute. You do have the option to put in a central vacuum system if you want here. So we haven't seen builders do that lately, really in a hot minute. So it is nice that you have that feature here if you want it. Then coming all the way back down is going to be this massive laundry room, plenty of space in here. You can see how big it is. You've got nice countertops over here, plenty of space for folding. You do have a sink over there for washing things out in the sink. Then you've got your sub panel and your little wiring closet, which is nice for the internet guy when he comes to set everything up. They don't have to go into your master closet. And you have a little doggy bed. I don't know, my dog wouldn't sleep in here though. And then coming out of the laundry room towards the back corner is going to be the primary suite. Now this primary suite is pretty massive. You've got a king size bed, you've got a sitting area, you've got space for a dresser over here. You've got a gorgeous window that's gonna stare out over into your backyard. Then you also have another little window that's gonna look over to that balcony that I showed you earlier when we were in the loft. Now coming this way, one thing that we don't always see but is an option here is going to be the sliding barn door. Now if you're one of our viewers on the East Coast, we hear from you guys all the time that it's super weird that us West Coasters out here just have big open entryways into our bathroom. So if you need that door, you do have that option here, which is really nice. Then coming back into this bathroom is beautiful. You have a nice big shower with a ledge with a seat area. You are gonna have your soaking tub separated by his and hers vanities. And then the other thing I absolutely love about this bathroom, I love that they separated the master closet. So you've got one big closet this way. This is gonna be the bigger closet, so this would be the female's closet. And this is gonna be plenty of space for all of your stuff. And then walking further back the other way is going to be another walk-in closet, a little bit smaller, but plenty of space for all of his stuff, which is really nice that it's separated because then you're not fighting over who gets how much hang space. Now stay tuned because we are gonna talk about pricing here in just a second. We're not just gonna talk about pricing of the home, we're also gonna talk about the overall questions that we get asked all the time, like what are the Mellorees, what's the HOA like?
So before we jump into some of the pricing, we're gonna talk about some of the most frequently asked questions here. So the tax rate for this particular development is going to be approximately 1.09%. So it is in Whitney Ranch. It is going to have, it's going to be one of the last developments being developed out here in Whitney Ranch. So you are going to have access to the clubhouse. That HOA fee is going to be $82 a month, and you're going to have access to the Whitney Ranch clubhouse that we've shown you several times being up here. But you've got a pool, you've got an event center, and you're going to be a part of a killer community that does a ton of events. You know, specifically when we're recording this video, they do big Easter egg hunts. They do all sorts of fun stuff in this community. Now the Mellorees here is going to be about $671 a month. So that is going to be a little bit of a steep price that a lot of people don't really like, especially when you're looking at these new communities. Mellorees is just one of the things that we have to deal with, unfortunately. This is going to be a part of Rocklin Unified School District, and the average lot size in this community is going to be 7,500 square foot, all the way up to some of these lots being 18,000 square feet, which is absolutely bananas, almost a half an acre. So some of these lots are going to be absolutely killer. Some of them are going to have views. Some of them are going to be just really desirable lots up here. So it's really nice that you get an established community, an established development with an HOA, and you get a clubhouse, because I know some of you guys do ask about some of the neighborhoods that do have a pool or swimming pool clubhouse. And the last thing that I think is probably the biggest thing, especially because we are going to be up here in PG&E, they are including solar in the purchase price. So we're gonna touch on all 3 of the floor plans and what those prices are starting out at the time of recording this video.
All right, so the plan 1 was gonna be that first home that we walked you through. That was gonna be the single story home. It was a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom with a flex space with a 3-car garage. Now this home is gonna be starting out at $1.3 million.
All right, now the second home that I showed you was gonna be their plan 2. Now that's gonna be a 3,897 square foot home. That's gonna be a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom with a flex space, with a bonus room and a 3-car garage. Now keep in mind, all of these floor plans that we're talking about do have the availability in the feature if you want to customize them with the guest suite. So keep that in mind. But the plan 2 starting price is going to be starting off right at 1.385. So not too far off from the plan 1, but you get a little bit more square footage. You get a 2-story home, which also is going to probably equate to a little bit bigger of a backyard.
And then the last home that we took you through is going to be their largest home. It's going to be the plan 3. That home was a 4,088 square foot home. That was a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom with a flex space, with a bonus room, 2-story home, and the potential for a 4-car garage. And the price for the plan 3 is going to be right around $1.4 million. Whitney Ranch has long been one of Rocklin's most popular communities, and these homes from Anthem Properties might just be the last opportunity to get into this amazing neighborhood. If you're ready to schedule a tour, get inventory updates, or ask questions about relocating to Rocklin or anywhere in the Sacramento area, we've got you covered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a new tour. We've got more new construction content, neighborhood deep dives, and relocation tips coming your way every single week.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.